Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to the Unstable Podcast. I'm Bo, here with Aiden.
Hey.
Torn.
Hello.
And Gavin.
Hi-yo.
Yeah, it's all the original people from last time. None of us have died. We're still here. You've just been a bit absent recently. Sorry about that.
Today we got a chill one for you. It's been a bit, so we ain't gonna hit you guys with anything too hard, political, or anything out of the blue. As if we would. Well, how y'all been? It's been a while.
Yeah.
Tired.
Yeah.
Cursed. It's always cursed for you.
There's not a moment when you're not cursed, Torn.
Fair point.
If you guys didn't know, and all these names being thrown about, Torn, he would be our Savage Morshadow. I'm Aiden. I'm the owner, serving age of the channel, obviously. We got Gavin.
The Mighty Hunter.
He's the minus the owner. And we got Bo.
Relatives.
Now, we're going to be trying to put out more stuff for you guys. It's been a while.
No promises.
No promises, obviously. It's been a good bit. We miss doing things. As a matter of fact, today we recorded some cooking episodes. Possibly. If it all goes out well, we'll have to. We literally are going to have to edit that tonight.
It's 10 o'clock as we record this. Yeah.
Yeah.
That might have to wait till tomorrow.
What's that?
Tomorrow. I don't know how long we were staying tomorrow.
I think that's up to y'all. But, aside from that...
Other than that, guys, I got our topic for us today.
What is thine topic?
Hit us.
Childhood stories.
Oh, God.
Torn, I swear to God, if you bring up one family member that is related to your father and a sibling relationship, I'm going to walk over across the room and slap the shit out of you.
I'm going to throw my sock right in
Oh
your
yeah,
face.
by the way,
That's
we're in the studio. Otherwise known as Bo's bedroom. Don't be too loud, guys. You're gonna blow out the mic. Yeah, we're trying to start this fangled up thing. We have one mic in the center of the room and we're all in four corners talking to each other right now.
I got the keyboard.
Yeah.
I can stop this whole shit right now.
You can just end it all. Just
Control Alt Delete just goes to some 34.
Thanos snap us out of there.
Alright. Childhood stories. Who got one?
Who got one? I gotta think about it first.
This is so hard.
We all have to think about
Yeah.
Let's start somewhere like middle school.
Middle school.
And then maybe you work our way back.
Alright, middle school.
8th grade.
8th grade.
Okay.
I think 8th grade was when I had my first monster.
How was that?
That was an interesting experience. I remember, and we're not going to dox anybody else. I remember it was a school field trip. We went to our state university. We're not saying that. Schmamblum State University. And at Schmamblum, they had the student union. We went to go eat at the student union. I don't know if Torn was here.
Yeah, I was.
Okay. And I was like, bro, I'm gonna buy a monster. I'm 14. I'm an adolescent. I'm grown.
I'm cool. I can do the grown
I'm
things.
very hip.
So I bought a sushi and a monster from a normal green monster from the student union. And we sat down and ate it. And I was an idiot. Snapchat. I immediately took it to Snapchat and was like, I am so cool. And then I didn't post it. I just saved it. And it's still in my phone right here.
Can we see it?
Later. And this other kid who was there, he had them before. Or so he said. And he wanted to show off to our friend dude. We're gonna call him...
You did it.
We're gonna call him...
Johnny boy.
We're gonna call him Steve-O from Jackass.
Steve-O of Jackass, which is currently like probably 60 years old.
He's old. Steve-O's
He's
old.
old.
We're gonna call him Steve-O. Now, Steve-O was and still is an asshole.
I just did like a little non-verbal cheer.
He had 2 monsters back to back. And he was like, I'm feeling good, woo, woo. Yeah, baby. And then he ate his sushi, right? And then we went go do our things around the university. We went go see things. It was really fun and interesting. And then it was time to go. That's when Steve-O didn't feel good anymore. When we got on the bus, Steve-O was passed out.
Caffeine crash?
We thought he died.
Simply put.
The 8th graders that we were, we thought he died. We thought he was gone. We saw him up in the front, on the front seat, because he was towards the front of the bus, we were towards the middle. And he was dead. He was out. Out.
Like, what did y'all do? Like, if y'all thought he was dead, did
We
y'all...
were freaking out. But then, like, we were like, we don't want to let the teachers know that we had Monster, because Monster's like...
That's the bad thing.
Yeah, that was like 8th grade level of alcohol.
Basically, 8th grade level of drugs.
Yeah.
Oh, that reminds me. I have another thing after this.
Alright, cool. And then I was sitting with another friend. We'll call him Johnny Knoxville from Jackass. Because I don't know why Jackass is in there. Johnny Knoxville and I, we tapped him. We figured out this fangled way for me to sneak towards the front of the bus. Because our bus driver was an asshole and would yell at us if we got up. And so were the teachers.
Wait, did you crawl under the seats?
I crawled underneath the seats, yes,
Oh, God.
and grabbed him by the ankle and shook him. Oh, Steve-O.
Oh.
And he was like, and he woke up, and we were like, oh, good, you're not dead. He was like, I feel like it.
God.
I don't feel good. We were like, should we bring 2 monsters? And we went off on about our day. This university was about an hour and 30 minutes out. We got on the bus after that, yeah. And we were almost back to our middle school when me and my friend Johnny Knoxville decided that we were going to throw almonds on him.
Why almonds?
We had almonds in his lunchbox. That was also the day that you gave us brownies. Relative.
Oh, that must have been Valentine's Day.
It was Valentine's Day. It was a weird day, to say the least.
Just so everyone's perfectly clear, the black brownies were not laced with any illegal substances.
No,
They were just made with cocoa, butter, eggs, sugar, flour, and love.
but
So
here,
far that we know.
but here was the cool thing about it.
You guys didn't trip balls, right?
No,
Like, see, there you go. That's the
I ate like the brownies, right? And then you gave them to somebody, and I don't remember who, but they gave me theirs, and I didn't.
MR.
Huh?
MR.
And I didn't want to eat more, so I remember giving them to a college student and telling them it was a weed brownie. And they're like, sick. Alright. Do I have to pay you for this? And I was like, no, I just don't want it. So now some college student probably has the memory of me giving them a brownie and getting very disappointed when nothing kicked in.
He must have been like really scared because you know all the memes like, oh, it's edible ain't shit. It's like he's straight up dying. So he probably ate one, waited for it for like 2 hours. I don't trust these brownies. I don't know what's gonna happen once I have that second brownie.
Yeah, it was funny. It was really funny.
Okay. Back to what you said about Monster being like the alcohol of like 8th graders. Do you guys remember at our middle school how they had those little cans? Right? And then
What
people were like,
Switch.
yeah.
Oh, the switches. Yes.
Yeah, basically everyone was like, dude, this is alcoholic. And like, it was probably just like some kind of fruit soda drink.
It was. It was okay. It was basically the equivalent of like a Sprite.
It tasted like bad.
It tasted like ass. It was not good. No flavor of them was good.
It tasted like absolute like how an energy drink like tastes like battery acid.
But that was the thing. It had zero energy drink like
It had no
value at
caffeine,
all.
no caffeine, no calories. Well, like whatever thing.
Yeah, it was stupid.
Yeah, but people were always
I
like,
don't remember where that rumor started.
I think people tasted it and someone was like, bro, this is totally
Did you
like
think-
alcohol. And then someone was like, you've had alcohol? And then they were like, yeah, totally.
Probably.
That was a perfect Valley Girl accent, though.
It was.
My God, Becky.
Like, that was, like, I totally had alcohol. Like, just trust me, okay? Just trust me.
I had totes had alcohol. I swear to God, Becky.
That's sort of like. It's strange, you know what I mean?
Speaking of alcohol, I remember this one time, like, I was a good little kid. I don't know what grade I was in or whatever, but I had a Sprite, right? And I was at my great-grandpa's house or whatever, and I set my Sprite down. And then they were all drinking. They had, like, beer. And I mixed up some of the drinks and was like, I looked down, was like, yeah, that's clear. Took a sip. That's not Sprite. And then I immediately panicked. Like, no, that's alcohol. That's illegal. And I, like, spit it out. And then, like, I rushed over to, like, a sink or whatever, like, flushed my mouth out. Like, I was just that terrified of doing something wrong.
He was a good little boy. Good little boy.
Ron, you have anything?
We could just talk about like all stupid shit from school.
That's our childhood.
Yes. Fucking escalators. Oh.
That's the best.
I think we already told that story. didn't
Okay,
we?
but
Didn't we?
I was not there for that
Listen,
because
I think
wasn't
we
in what
did.
y'all
I think
were.
we told that story.
I need to be enlightened.
We went to some. Long story short, we went on a field trip to the mall, and it was like a sleepover field trip. So you went for like 2 or 3 days, whatever it was.
Not just to the mall. It was like other things, but like
Yeah,
the
but
mall was
The
part
mall
of it.
was like what you wanted to do.
You didn't go for the main thing.
And
Like,
we went into Dillard's, me, Bo, and 2 other people. And we got lost in the store because we rode the escalators for 5 minutes.
non-stop.
Non-stop for 5 minutes.
me
Up
and-
and down, up
me
and
and-
down, up and down, up and down.
Not even going anywhere. Just going find the one set of elevators that went up, looking around, finding the elevator set that went down, and going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth.
So what happened was, once we did that 80 times, we lost the entrance to the store. We were panicked, and we had like 5 minutes to get back to the buses.
Imagine a bunch of random 12-year-olds?
Oh yeah, we were like 12, 13.
Yeah, I
Couldn't
bet
go.
12, 13-year-olds walking around a store, a random mall that they can't find the exit because they weren't on the floor the exit was on. We had to eventually take with us a grain of salt that, yes, we do have to go down the escalators one last time to find the exit. And then we made our way out, and then we made it to the bus.
So basically, y'all figured out where the exit was by like, oh, we have to go down the escalators instead. You're like, oh,
It was either down or up, I don't know.
And I remember.
but you're already up though.
I remembered 3 months later, in my math class, Bo walks by in the hall, and then he slips a note to the teacher for some reason. Do you remember this?
I feel like it. I don't remember the actual teacher, but this just feels like something I would do in middle
He
school.
slipped a note to the teacher, and on the note it read, "I heart escalators." And she literally walked up to me and goes, "I don't know who that kid was, but escalators. Escalators? She told me to tell you escalators."
I feel like it might have been a thing where,
And then
like,
gave me the note.
I feel like it was a thing where I already had to go to that teacher for something, and I was like, "Oh, Aiden's in this class. Let me do an inside joke really quick."
Well, it was fun. It was really interesting.
Y'all really do love y'all escalators, don't y'all?
It's from one story.
It was literally from one story that took place over like a span of maybe 20 minutes.
and then
The scariest 20 minutes of my life.
I just remember going up and down the escalators. I didn't really remember like the getting lost part because that wasn't
Oh,
important
we
to
were
me.
lost. I remember getting lost. It was scary.
I remember. I'm not sure if it was that time, but another time that we went on the same field trip to the mall. Eventually, like my foot cramped up, and I just was out of commission for like a solid 30 minutes or whatever. And I was just,
yeah, I remember that.
yeah,
That was because we were running around everywhere.
I think so. But at the time, my foot would just cramp randomly, and I was like, "It's fine, it's whatever." Probably because I wasn't getting enough potassium or something along those lines. But eventually, I was like, "I'm gonna just sit here, right? You guys do what you want. I'm gonna stay right here. There's gonna be a teacher right here to know that I'm okay and I'm here, and then eventually maybe come back to me or whatever." And then eventually, my foot felt better. I made my way to eventually figure out where y'all were, join up. It was like 5 minutes left till we had to go. I think that's when I got like my favorite pair of Bluetooth headphones.
You did get a Bluetooth headphone.
I remember-
that trip. It was a really nice set.
Was
I
it
remember that.
was it the bulky red ones or?
Yeah, it was the bulky red and white.
Yeah, the
ones.
bulky red and white ones. I need to figure out what brand they
It
were.
had a skull on them.
No,
They
I think you have a
didn't.
different one. I had that one came from like Walmart, I think.
He had two nice ones.
Yeah, and then eventually they broke. They like snapped somewhere, and I just couldn't use them anymore.
I remember on that trip, I got my first 2 pop figures that are still in there. I got Stitch and Ron. They look at me every day.
When I sleep.
Hey, Torrin, do you have any pop figures or anything?
Do you have any stories, bro? Child?
Yeah.
No, not really. My childhood was very sheltered. Sadly. The second I go to college, I'm gonna go like just the complete opposite.
Good.
He's gonna go places.
We're gonna lose contact with Torrin, and eventually he's just gonna be like washed up on some like Panama beach for some reason.
He's gonna be like,
He's gonna be like wasted. He's gonna look like a sailor, and he's gonna like have that slur like, "You don't even know what I'm talking about because you ain't in my head yet."
he's gonna have that slur like Captain Jack Sparrow when he's trying. What is the wrong noise? You don't know what you're talking to. Oh, I don't know why I'm going Scottish. It just turns to Devilman from Team 4 TF2. Just what are you doing in me house? I'm gonna look you up. Who are you?
I'm the fucking black Loch Ness Cyclops.
Oh, what is wrong with you? You stupid.
This is more Shrek now. Oh no, Glorious Bastard.
What?
Like fat Glorious
Get
Bastard.
back on track.
Okay.
Gavin, do you have any stories?
The only story I can think of is whenever I was about like 8 or 9. I was living at my grandmother's at the time. So, you know how as a child, I didn't have TV. I didn't have Wi-Fi either. So I didn't have a phone, nothing. I had no electronic device whatsoever.
I cannot see you without electronics.
I actually never had electronics. The first time I got an electronic was the first time I even got a phone, 5th grade.
Fifth grade. Okay. That's
Yes. From it was probably I got it after I moved to y'all school.
Yeah.
That's when I got my first phone. So back to what I was saying. When I was living at my grandma's, I was like wild child, like freaking King Kong. I go outside, no shirt on, shorts, sometimes just underwear on, walking barefoot on concrete, hot concrete, gravel. Walking in the grass with all the pickers, stuff that stab you in your feet, just running in that like it was nothing. So basically stuff like that. So one day, I kind of find it stupid because I decided to mess with the local wildlife.
Oh no.
That's when I say that. It was the single really big gator that was in the bayou next door.
Okay. Of course he messes with the most deadly thing nearby, right?
Second deadliest, for your information.
What's the first then?
The coyotes, because they kept on killing our cats. And
Okay,
they even took children too. They took children back to where my grandma was. They took children.
God, I'm imagining just a coyote dragging a screaming child into the woods.
That's horrible.
like it goes for the throat so it can't scream anymore, and then it just drags it back.
Okay, the thing is, I think it was, at the time, my dad and mom were living together. We both lived with our grandma. So, I think it was my uncle on my dad's side. For purposes, we're going to call him Uncle S. Uncle S. Alright?
Just call him uncle?
Uh-huh.
Why not just call him uncle?
I have multiple uncles. That's going to get confusing.
Oh yeah, but just for the story.
Uncle Sugma.
Okay, yeah. Uncle Sigma.
Sugma.
Sugma.
Okay, Uncle Sugma.
Sugma nuts.
Like, okay, Uncle Sugma. He was actually really built, strong man. Shredded, yeah. No, this man looked like freaking The Rock, but white.
Alright.
So this man was built, strong. This man can kill somebody with his bare hand easily in about 5 seconds. So he saw the alligator was in my grandma's front yard, and he saw that I was behind it, poke, 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 and then it snapped. It snapped on me. I jumped back. He saw that. He grabbed the shovel, proceeded to beat it to death.
What?
You heard me.
Stabbing or just flat side?
Flat side.
Holy shit.
Blunt force trauma.
Blunt force trauma. First hit, gone. First hit, I swear to God. Because all you hear is
You heard the skull crack?
yes. This man, when I say to you, he's strong. He's strong.
That was a good shovel for not
No,
breaking.
imagine if he used the sharp side.
Yeah.
Oh no.
He would have cleaved it in two.
No, he would not have done that. It would have been because that shovel was really old, rusted, and very dull.
Well, then you just give it tetanus.
He hit that thing. It crushed. All you hear is the crush of the skull, then limp. The only thing I can explain the side is, bruh.
I can't believe you just did that. I can't believe you just did that.
I had that you said there for 20 minutes now.
All your stories just sound so fake to me.
They're not.
Aiden, you have to agree that most of Gavin's stories just sound like the most make-believe crap.
It sounds make-believe,
You're
but
not even lying as that thing.
I know, and it's just
it's not. It sounds make-believe, but it's not.
A lot of his stories are just what? How?
How are you
Dude.
alive right now? What do you do?
How did you end up in that circumstance?
How do you end up here?
I'm stupid, okay? Leave me alone. I'm surviving everyday life by dumb luck alone.
Oh.
I'm like Joey Willard from Yu-Gi-Oh, bro. I'm stupid, but I rely on dumb luck.
Torn, you gotta give us a story, man.
You have to.
One story.
One.
It doesn't even have to be interesting.
Hell, do school stories.
What was your first anime?
No! Childhood stories. We're not deviating from this topic this episode.
Okay, I feel like he did that in his childhood, though.
Yes, actually. So you know Charter, like the TV
Yes.
service, how you could watch,
Now
On
it
Demand?
is Spectrum.
Yeah,
Charter.
pretty much. And then you could watch just about any show, any specific episode.
Yep.
I woke up at 3 a.m. one night, TV on max value. And just for some reason decided, I should watch Attack on Titan.
Oh! Like just the first episode, or?
And just go to some random episode.
No! That's even worse!
Just a few seconds in, lady flying with cables dies to female Titan. And my parents come rushing in thinking I'm dead.
Wait, did you just scream?
No.
What happened?
The TV.
Oh,
Like just like huge crunch.
he thought you had to decapitate.
Very sheltered childhood.
This is why you're not allowed.
What is it?
I'm just looking back
Wait,
like, hey, what's
crap.
good?
That's a lot of damage! That's a lot of damage!
There we go.
Alright, yeah, that was a lot of damage.
Yeah,
God,
she got cut in
dude.
two by rollers. God. I'm trying to think of one.
Give some middle school story, Tora.
High Bob Tunnel?
What?
Wait, what?
He wasn't there.
Mm.
He never went on those trips.
That's sad. But High Five Tunnel.
Yeah, we can say that one happened.
I got another story. It's gonna be short though. It was there. It's definitely during middle school, but it wasn't as cool as that.
Oh, me and Bo's are gonna be long.
I can say mine.
Yeah, it's
Yeah. No,
No.
I can talk about it for a while though.
Okay.
Here you go.
All right. Mine is basic. This happened. I was probably like sixth grade. But this happened at home. It was quite like it was before, like 2 years, probably 2-3 years before my previous stepdad died. He told me specifically because he bought me a game off from GameStop, and he can hear me. I had my TV on max, like max volume, and all he hears from it is just straight up can y'all stop? I can see y'all motions.
Sorry, I'm just trying to.
It's like throwing me off.
Sorry.
He tells me the next morning because I did not go to sleep at all that night, and he said, "You must be revving it up on that game because all I hear is." Because that day, from that night, the day before, that's when I got the game. I instantly went online. Dude gave me like $30 million. So I bought me like the most like heavy, like loudest muscle car they got. All you hear is from the TV.
Okay.
From a V8 supercharger.
Okay, really quick before we get on to your story, Aiden. What is one game that you played as a kid that either you can't find anymore, or that you know exists but no one knows what it is?
Shit, there used to be a whole bunch.
God, I got a really good one, dude.
There's one game that's called. You know how there's The Sims?
Yeah.
There's one game called My Sims.
Oh, is that like a DS game?
It was a computer game.
Oh.
It was,
Oh, what about all those like really crappy phone games like Angry Granny,
I played Angry and that was really good.
My Living Pooh,
Streaker Run.
I never played that one. Like Temple Run, sort of, kind of.
No.
It was like really well known though.
I know, but like.
We had games like you balled up the paper ball and threw it.
Oh
in
yeah,
the
that
trash.
one. Oh, I love that one.
And then we also had the game that was like the punching game. There's one game. It's like Super KO Boxing, Super Knockout Boxing or whatever. It's called Scob, and I've never been able to beat it and I can only play it on like my iPad Mini. It doesn't really work anymore.
Did they remove it from the app store?
Yeah,
or something?
it's gone.
God, I hate whenever they do that.
And it was basically like a Punch Out game. It was really fun.
Torn, do you have any?
Two of the main ones that I have to say would either be Club Penguin
Yeah.
or Flappy Bird. Because I was
You
really
can't
good at
access Club Penguin.
People remember those. I'm meant more specifically things like The Legend of Starfy or Sponge Out of Water 2. Have any of y'all heard of those?
Sponge Out of Water. That's a SpongeBob game, right?
Yeah, this is a SpongeBob game. It's like a 3D kind of game too.
I played it.
Yeah. So good. Like I never beat it. I don't think.
I gave me the first SpongeBob game for the PSP that I used to have.
You had a PSP?
Well, my dad had one, but he had gave it to me for some reason.
Oh, I remember my dad getting me a game that was like a SpongeBob boating racing game for the Wii. Not sure if y'all ever played that one. But Legend of Starfy. Mark my words, that was probably one of the best games that you could possibly play as a child. It had somewhat dark tones, but it still portrayed everything in a very light tone. And like, that was the first time I've been scared. And again,
First game that I ever played that was a console game was at my cousin's house. We'll call him Trombone Guy. Because he can play trombone. You guys know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
Trombone Guy had the original Xbox, like the Xbox Classic.
Ooh, I had 2 of those.
And he had this game called Voodoo Vince. And like, it was like a Dark Souls Psychonauts.
Oh shit.
That sounds badass.
It was so much freaking fun.
What was it called?
Voodoo Vince.
We might have to look into
It
that.
was literally like a Dark Souls Psychonauts.
Huh.
It also just really radiated like Xbox Classic game. Like it had those weird like outline graphics. It was just so pretty. I loved it. And that like I can't get it on anything else because it's an Xbox Classic game.
Yeah. Does Xbox One have that far back compatibility?
I think you can buy it on Xbox One right now or something.
Maybe. That might be like a whole video we need to play.
It was fun. I remember for hours I would go over to his house, and after he would go to sleep, I would play it. Literally all day, all night. Yeah, that was one of my favorites.
I remember having this one DS game that was like, if anyone remembers My Imaginary Friends on Cartoon Network.
Oh, that one?
Yeah, with Blue.
That's the
Foster's House for Imaginary Friends.
Yeah, that one.
Foster Home for
I had a video game that was basically like a platformer.
Oh,
There was
that's
like
cool.
a DS game that was like set in that world, and it was like a 2D platformer, I think. So I remember it, but I don't remember anything about it. But I would love to go and play it if I found it. Like, so many of these DS games are the things where like little children are just going to like take out, leave somewhere. It's going to fall on the couch. It's going to get picked up by the vacuum, and it's gone forever.
I dropped my Bakugan game in my mom's car and I fell on the slider for the seat.
You get crushed.
No,
It's still there.
I still have it. It was full of grease.
Yeah.
I remember putting it directly into my DS afterwards, and I'm pretty sure that's why it doesn't work anymore.
Lego Batman was one of the games that I played like almost religiously as a kid. I looked
I
up.
like Lego Batman.
Yeah, I looked up the cheat codes. That was the first game. That was the first game I ever had cheat codes for. This was back, like I played
I
it.
remember. I'm sorry.
No, it's cool. Go ahead.
No, you can go.
I was trying to find the cheat codes once I got my phone. After a couple years, it was like 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I thought it was like the hottest shit. Like, yeah, I'm on my phone. I have my DS. I'm so cool.
This one's a really far back childhood story. Everyone remember the original Lego Star Wars game?
Oh, that was cool.
I know that they were good. But
I had the
never-
Lego Star Wars for DS.
No, you know what I'm talking about. Like Lego Star Wars, like the complete saga was the game to have.
Yeah.
1 through 6.
I never played it, but like
And that
I've
was,
seen
it was like the
there's-
one where in episode 1, the pod racing one, that was like the hardest level in the game.
I mean, that makes sense. That thing was so fast.
Yeah. Anyway, I remember back in like, I think as far back as kindergarten, 1st grade. That was the first game I ever played that needed cheat codes. And it was like a group of 10 of us. And we would write down the cheat codes through process of trial and error.
Wait, so y'all didn't look up the cheat
No,
codes?
we didn't have anything to look up.
God.
We did trial and error cheat codes on what would unlock you the characters that you would need, or like outfits that you could get on them. or like there's special things. I had a cheat code that changed my lightsaber color like rainbow, like with flash.
How many cheat codes do you get?
We ended up passing around like a singular note card that had like the finalized cheat codes on them. And like the note card was full of text that was maybe in like computerized standards, size 9 font.
Hieroglyphics.
So like how Torrent
Top,
is.
yes,
Those are
top
answer
to bottom on both sides.
Gosh, Jesus. That has to be like 20? 30?
I remember putting in like 50 codes.
God, fuck.
I remember we were like, this is it. This is all that we can do.
Like, screw, like, having those, like, gamer magazines that would teach you, at this place in this game, if you jump in this spot. No, none of that.
One dude brought a gamer magazine. I was like, dude, this can help us so much more. And I remember one guy ripped it up right in front of his face, kindergarten style, and was like,
Wait, what?
they had the gamer magazines, right? That would tell you, like, cheat codes and stuff.
Okay.
One dude was like, look, this will speed up the process so that we don't have to put it in one by one. And one dude grabbed it and ripped it up right in front of his face and was like, we do this the correct way. And
Like-
we were in kindergarten.
Like, we're not putting...
You've chosen the coward. You've chosen the coward's wizard. We do this the right way.
Like, so...
Warriors.
So let me get this straight. A bunch of kindergartners did not only have respect for doing things the traditional way, quote unquote, but they also came to the unanimous conclusion that the right way to do things was by hand with an entire labor force amongst themselves.
I remember
Dude,
going
that's
home.
a cult.
I remember going home in kindergarten and literally avoiding homework and sitting there for like 3 to 5 hours putting in cheat codes.
You got homework in kindergarten?
Literally sitting there with my Wii controller with like my nunchuck, just moving it up and pressing it.
Nunchuck.
It was what was even worse? It was a 6-digit or letter code.
Wait, what?
It was a 6-digit or letter code, so it would have numbers and letters in it.
Oh, wait. So, was this a thing where, like, they had an actual cheat code menu, then you would type it in?
What?
Like, is this a thing where
No, it would show up 6 blanks,
Okay.
and you had to just put.
Like, up or something?
No, you just had to put in the letters and numbers. 6 blanks. Put in the letters and numbers. You literally get no context.
Okay, I thought it was, like, one of those things where it's like, at the start of every Pokemon game, you can do, like, a left, like, since Black and White, I think. Like, you can do, like, a left, right, select A, or something, and then you, like, reset your save, or whatever.
No, it wasn't
No,
those.
in black and white, you could just straight up. It was X and Y. You
Yeah.
press X, Y at the same time, and it gives you an option to delete.
Like,
It was in like.
I'm passing this around for everyone, but imagine
Boss.
those were the cheat codes.
Huh.
The cheat codes were,
Is this like the cheat code menu?
oh no, these are just some cheat codes.
That's not as bad as I thought it was.
These are just to name a few. There's like GGF539 that would unlock you Boba Fett. So I spent meticulous hours.
Wait, so were y'all just doing like A?
Yes, literally, we were sitting there for hours on end, changing one thing at a time
God.
until we got a code.
Y'all better have done a thing where like, okay, so there's... Y'all were kindergarten, so you guys probably couldn't do a thing where like, oh, we're going to divide the work. Y'all were all
No, we were
probably
all
strict.
doing. We all started at A.
That's so dumb.
Well, we were kindergartners.
I know, but like...
Oh yeah, you could also like. There was one that was you could force grapple.
Oh, that's cool.
Jedis can grapple without a gun. So like in the game, if you had a gun, you could shoot it and like it would like it would be like a grappling hook and it would pull you up. And then I remember somebody unlocked that one for me, and I was able to just as a Jedi just whoop. Anyone got any more?
I got one about it. Do y'all know how to talk about games from your childhood?
Torn.
Enough. Torn, we need more screen
Yeah,
time,
Torn,
bro.
open your mouth.
I will come over there and smack you if you're doing the hypocrite. If you're doing the literal thing. I can't see you. It's too dark.
Tell us a story from your childhood.
My childhood was sheltered. My God.
He has no stories. He would never left the house.
Was it like house shelter? Can we say that?
Man does not leave his house. I never seen him outside. He go play once. That he lives not that far away from the park. He was there.
I
never
know,
seen
I
him
know,
in that
I know.
park Once.
But like, what about like? Did some kid try to invite you to a party and then your parents were like, no, but you don't want to go? How much did that happen?
It happened once, like in first grade, and then it started happening a lot more once I got to high school.
Yeah, because high schools are social butterflies.
Yeah, and it's like what they don't realize is the more you deny someone while they're like limited, once they have the freedom to do anything they want, they're just gonna go ahead.
Yeah, it's like you don't have that self-control to like do the right thing, so you're just gonna do everything.
Fair enough. I mean, I don't have any childhood stories. It's chill. Alright, Gavin, what was your thing?
Wanted to talk about. You know how y'all talk about old games that y'all remember from childhood. I remember this one. I was like, this is back when my dad he had Nintendo 64.
Alright, yeah, good.
He had Nintendo 64. He had his Super Nintendo, which was actually lost in a house fire, but all we had left of it was like the little like gun thing for the Super Nintendo. So I just like played that. But the Nintendo 64, we had this one game which the sticker was ripped off. I didn't know what it was, so I searched up like Nintendo racing games, like cartoon racing games. And it turns out it was Diddy Kong Racing.
Whoa, really?
Which is brand new, like perfectly in condition, never open box, $1,500.
What?
Open box, brand new but open box, drops down from $1,500, $35. Pre-owned, $12.
I mean,
Sticker ripped off, 15 cents.
like,
Pretty much.
what game was it?
Diddy Kong.
No. I mean, what system was it on?
A 64. It was released in 1997.
To be fair, like Nintendo has stopped pushing forward with like N64, Super Nintendo.
Dude, we had the original Smash for that.
The original Smash.
We had Pokemon Stadium 2, which was a collector's item at today, which is a collector's item today. I think we still have that one though.
Well, you still have to remember that most of that is like unopened.
Oh, all of it's open because we played the hell out of it.
Well, yeah, it's good games.
Yeah, but no, in general, it doesn't matter. Pokemon Stadium 2, it's still a collector's item. Doesn't matter if it's open. It's still gonna go up by like $200-$300.
Is it in good condition?
We still have it. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it in a while. I know we still have it.
Dude, we might be able to afford an actual mic.
If I find it, first of all.
Maybe I would afford a house.
Dude, we
Doubt
had
that.
we had Smash, we had Super Smash, we had Diddy Kong Racing, which I didn't know what the name was. I was just like going around flying the plane.
I remember there was
Pokemon.
one Wii game that was like
Dude,
it was like Super Monkey Ball or something.
Super
Oh,
Monkey
Super
Ball,
Monkey
so
Ball.
amazing. I had that on GameCube. It
Yeah,
was so fun.
I had that one on Wii. Oh, there was this running gnome game that I could never get. I had like a demo for it. I never actually got it, but I got past the first 2 or so levels on the Wii.
I remember on GameCube, my mom, like, she came home from work. She had a GameCube game that she got from the Lost and Found, right? So the GameCube game, I don't remember what it was. She gave it to my brother. My brother just straight up claimed it, like gave it to him, just handed him. He said, "Oh, this is mine now. It's mine. I don't care what any of you say. It's mine."
That's what asshole older brothers do. They like mine.
Yeah, but the thing is, it was like a dungeon crawler style game.
Ooh.
Right? And like every time you defeat a boss, you get buffs from the boss that you use for different stages. But the boss, like he beat the stages so many, like the final boss so many times. He stacked the buffs by like 50 times over, so they would not run out whatsoever.
So he just like one shot everything.
Yeah, and then he takes my character through the fireball, so I can get those buffs. Which the buffs actually last one playthrough through the game per stack. Like, let's say you got a 5 stack is going to last through 5 playthroughs through the game.
5 times.
Yeah, like they stack up.
Oh, so if you completed 5 times,
It's gone. Like one buff would last you through the entirety.
so like how would it stack though?
Like every boss you kill, you get a buff. Let's say if you kill that same boss, you'll get another one of that same buff. It'll just stack over
Okay,
and
so
over
if
and
you
over.
beat if you beat the game without dying, right?
No, it doesn't matter if you die. You keep the buff. It's just that you lose like any like money and stuff, like currency inside the game
Yeah.
that you use to buy extra buffs from the store.
What console was it on?
It was on GameCube.
Okay, we're never finding about.
Yeah, I don't feel like looking at trying to find that, but it was pretty fun.
The original Diablo.
Don't get me started on that. Don't get me started on that. I played the original Diablo on my grandmother's, like, what, 19-something computer that had, like, floppy disk drive, but had a DVD tray.
I got the story.
He's been waving his hands for like the past 5 minutes.
Gen Zers.
Well,
Which
right.
we all are, right?
Wait, say that again?
We're young millennials.
Yes.
I prefer it to be Gen Omega.
Shut up.
I'm the very
Shut
end.
mouth. Shut mouth.
Shut mouth. Cease talk.
No one want to hear you.
Gen
whine.
Zers. Anyone born from, I venture to say 19...
It was 1999.
No.
Was it not?
No, I'm
1990s?
saying 1998 to about 2000...
Was it 2015?
2008-ish.
2008?
No, not.
No, I'm speaking to a specific crowd, not
Oh,
just
okay,
Gen
okay.
Zers.
Oh.
Anyone born between the ranges of 1998 to 2008,
That span of 10 years.
that span of 10 years, will remember this online site called Friv.
Oh, I haven't heard that name in years.
Dude, I could go on it right now.
Can you?
Yep,
You
it's
just-
still there. It's just
It
that
doesn't
it's
work.
changed.
It
No,
doesn't
it's
work.
changed. It still works. It's just
It's changed like us, except it's completely unfunctional. We're mostly unfunctional.
dude. It's just weird. It doesn't. It just has. It still has Wrath Wars.
Friv.
Just know that.
Okay. Friv, for anyone older listening to this podcast, which why, or anyone younger, which also why,
So basically, our target audience, listen up.
a target audience, just listen up right here. You will remember Friv from logging on. You didn't even have to log on. You literally typed in 4 letters: F-R-I-V. While the computer lab teacher who was teaching you typing at the time was not looking. Right? Right.
This is how most of us learn to alt tab.
Yeah.
Well, I think it was more like control tab, since that just switches between the tabs really
Yeah.
quickly.
That was the site to curb your boredom in a class. I remember playing Super Mario 3D, I think it was. And it was basically the first Mario game just redid.
Just to note that all these games were like,
Flash games.
yeah, these were all just Flash games. Some were poorly made, some weren't. Some you would remember exactly where they were, so that you can go back and find it. Like I remember seeing so many people play like a Dollhouse game or a dentist game. I hate that dentist game. It's so gross.
This game was bad.
But that bull running game.
Oh my god!
That one.
Power Pamplona. That's the name of the game.
Everyone
I have
loved that.
literally sped run that game and gotten a sub 20. Sub 20 minutes. And the fastest speedrun I've ever seen for that game was an 8 minute. The dude
How?
completed it like that. It was
Glitch?
Okay.
nuts. No glitch. He did it.
Dude. Quick question, Aiden.
So fast.
Aiden, did you ever hear of a game called Xenos?
Xenos.
Yeah, it was originally on Friv. This game, it's like,
Let me see it.
it's basically it's this game.
Wait.
It's called
Wait.
Yeah, like you can go and you kill like robots. And
Wait,
you get like a lightsaber. You change his color depending on how many you kill.
I remember there was this one game on like Cartoon Network or something. CartoonNetwork.com. I'm not sure if they still do games anymore. They probably
They
do.
don't.
They don't? Oh, that's it. But they have this one game that was basically like a 2D shooter. So like a platform shooter where you would have like your little gun and then you have like a shield and a dash and stuff. And like that was the most competitive game I could play. As a little
I know
kid.
what you're talking about.
Yes.
I know exactly what you're talking about, dude.
I forgot. And was it like Tron or was it?
It was not. It was something else. Basically, you go around, you find weapons, you just pick them up, and you get like have an overshield and shit. Like kind of like a 2D.
Didn't it have like a? I think it was like the shotgun as the opener.
No, for me, I just kept on bum rushing with a freaking bazooka.
Yeah, it was the bazooka.
Did you guys play the Electric Fighter game?
Dude,
Yes.
Dude,
Electric
Electro
Fighter.
Man?
The Electro Man game?
Yeah.
Dude, I think it was number 4 that everyone played.
No, it was
No, it
on
was the
Frib. It
first
was just
one.
the first one.
Oh.
The first one was the one where you could change like the color of the electricity
Oh,
around
yeah.
them, and you would fight like eight fighters at one
Yeah,
time.
and they actually had health bars and shit.
And they had help. That was one of the most difficult games. I literally learned the combos for that game.
Dude,
Yeah.
I used to play the living shit.
no, I'm
out
gonna
of
go play it
I
right now.
sped ran it on hard mode and somehow beat it.
it. Yeah, there was a hard mode and everything for it. It was.
I don't think I've ever got past like maybe white or something.
I
Bro.
beat the entire game.
Yeah, that game was
Y'all are
fun.
way better
The
than
game
me.
was so freaking
Electric
fun.
Man.
He just starts playing it here.
Yep. I'm in.
That needs to be.
Do you guys remember Did you guys remember the secret to Friv? If you would take your cursor back and forth between and try to touch the Friv like guitar pick looking thing, how it would say Friv and it would like 450 plus games. Play now. And it would move every now and then when you would go over it.
Oh yeah, that.
If you would go over it like 5 or 10 times, the section in the middle would change, and there would be like literally 100 more games, 100 different games.
That's weird, because literally, what I did, I went all the way to the right click.
Yeah, you would
A
be
whole new face came up in
Yeah.
different games.
What would be interesting is that there would be games sometimes hidden in the aspect resolution that you could go to, but you wouldn't be able to see on your screen.
Okay.
God, I remember Friv. Friv was so cool.
Friv was one of those things where if you had it, you learned as much as you could about it, or you found your one game that you played on it, and then you played it every single
What about the
time.
I'm sorry. Remember that one? Do you guys remember the game with the color switcher?
Oh yes, I have that game on phone.
No, not color switch.
Oh,
The three fighters. There was a red one that would control fire. There was a blue one that did ice, and there was a yellow one that did electricity.
no, I don't. I think I played that
so
one.
much fun.
Fireboy and Water Girl.
That's a classic to play with two
Classic.
fighters.
Everyone knows that one.
Everyone-
Or if you're a smart person, you realize you don't have to move them at the same time.
yeah,
most of
you
the
just
time.
play by yourself.
Yeah. Or you just learn to be ambidextrous with your hands.
That was a difficult game to play by yourself with two fingers.
Yeah, but you were a fucking G.
You guys remember Moto 3XO? That was a little
Yes.
motorbike game.
Oh wait, I think you.
2D motorbike game.
The sounds are so iconic in that game.
Here, open up the actual Friv. Real quick.
It's not gonna show you what. In Moda X,
Look up Friv.
Oh wait, Flash games are like gone now.
Yeah.
It's all HTML.
Classic.
HTML.
It's not gonna play, but I'm just gonna look up some of the games. Yeah, this one. Doesn't work. Go back. There used to be. You guys remember the Bandit game?
Oh, that was fun.
Which one?
It was like
Oh wait.
it was like a parkour type stuff.
Maybe. Do you guys remember Rap Wars?
Yeah, Raft Wars.
Raptor's still on Friv.
We talked about Raft Wars. Do you guys remember that one game
With the guy with the orange hair with the blue sword, and the guys with the gun. Spear, girl with the spear, and she had big boobs.
Oh, that one.
I
The
don't
you
one
remember
where they play
Pac-Man?
rock paper scissors.
Oh yeah, Pac-Man.
There used to be Pac-Man on Friv.
Dude, this game right here, that game right there.
Wait, no,
that
but it
game
wasn't.
right there. That was like basically you go up against bosses one at a time, and every time you get money, even if you lost against the boss, but you get upgrades and shit. That, like, what was it? I was in 11th. No, I was in 10th grade. I was playing that game, that exact game. I beat it in one class period, and this is whenever we did not have blocks.
Yeah.
No, like
so it was
55
minutes.
Yeah, I beat that entire game in 55 minutes.
God.
You guys remember that one compatibility game that was literally so arbitrary? You would put two names in, and
yeah,
then
that
it would just tell you.
Oh, it's a love test.
Yeah.
Love tester.
And it was so stupid because some kids in like primary school would be like, "Oh my god, you got a crush on this person. It says 98%." And you'd be like,
Oh my god, you two would be the perfect match. It's literally me and the teacher. I don't know what you expect.
"Yeah."
And then
they would spell your name horribly too. It was-
Oh yeah, and then you would spell your name differently just to see what it would be like. So like you'll put in a capital, you'll put in your nickname, you'll drop a letter.
yeah.
And then they just straight up just like, just to make fun of you, they'll put in like you and then another person of your same gender. They'll be like, haha, you're like,
You like dudes.
you like dudes, haha, you're a dude, but you like dudes, haha.
Am I the only
haha."
one that remembers in primary school? If you sat, okay, it was this weird thing. If you had two girls that sat next to you at the lunch table, so if you got one dude, two girls,
Okay.
you were considered straight. If you had two guys sitting next to you, and you were also a guy, you were considered gay.
Yes. Dude.
I remember
And
something
if
like
you had
that.
one guy and one girl, you were still gay.
Yeah.
I remember.
I no, I think it might have been a thing if you were like in between two, like one, like you had a girl on one side and you had a guy on one side and you were in the middle. It was like, haha, you're gay or whatever. But if you're like in between three guys, like haha, you're with your friends.
I don't remember that.
I don't know.
I remember.
It was something
Bro,
very
people-
specific that every single grade had the same version, and I wonder if they still have it today.
I remember in fourth grade, I got teased because I had Converse.
Oh,
I
middle.
didn't
They
get
were
hot.
just like the ones Aiden has on right now, but they were just red. But they were old, so they were kind of faded to look pink.
I did not get Converse till 11th grade.
No, they were just like
These are my
those.
first
They were
pair.
just like those. They were just like those. But they were the old ones, like good ones. They don't fall apart.
In like primary school, I distinctly remember being unable to tie my shoes for like the longest time. So I just had Velcro shoes, like easy fix. Like look at me rocking my Velcro. It's cool.
Come on, you gotta tie your shoes. I don't.
Yeah, but I got some Skechers, and then for the next like 7 years or more, I would be like constantly like, haha, you got Skechers, or what are those? Whenever that was. a
Oh my
popular
god, I
thing.
hated that because you would be minding your own business and like kids
What
your
are those?
age that were trying to act cool, and it would be the sporty kids who were
Yes.
trying to act cool in front of the girls that they like, and they would be like, "What are those?" And you'd
That's-
just be like, "Dude, please, these are just my shoes."
Like,
That's
it's not
literally
funny.
my 5th grade. I mean, not 5th grade, 4th grade. Because I had, like, shoes I got from Walmart, right? I got N1s,
Don't
right?
diss the Walmart shoes.
Dude, they're doing this. I'm over here playing outside. It's like, oh, look at a little N1 boy over there. Look at N1 boy. Bro got Walmart shoes. He's broke. He's poor. Ha 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 ha. So I get mad, right? I get mad. I said, how about we see whose shoes are better? I said,
What does that even mean?
no, I told him that. Let's see whose shoes are better. So I told him, bend your shoe.
Crease your J's.
I dare
pretty
you.
much.
I double dog dare you.
J's.
No, he did it. You know what happened? Entire bottom.
Fire bottom gone.
It's just like he creases it. The sole just flipped out. It's like
I remember in primary school, kindergarten specifically, I was like messing with this one kid. It was like one of the sportier kids. He had a pair of scissors, and he was like, oh, I'm gonna cut you. And then I would like put up my shoe to him. I was like, no, get away from me. And then he cut my Velcro. Like my Velcro has like
I
these.
was fun,
Like,
guy.
here's how Velcro works. It has all these like bands and straps that go across the entirety of the shoe, and you like pull it. He cut like down the middle.
Oh.
Right? So my entire shoe just fell apart. And I was like, dude, what'd you just do? And like, I think his mom was the teacher at the time or something. So she had to pay for my shoes at one point for me to get new shoes. Dude,
When was this?
kindergarten.
Oh. I remember, like teachers who have their child in school and they, and their child's in their class, they give them special treatment.
No, my mom did not.
Yeah.
No, most of the
My
people.
mom was more hard on me than
Yeah.
anyone.
But you also gotta take credit. Your mom's a good mom.
Yeah.
Yeah, but these teachers, my 4th grade teacher.
My mom would straight up be like, Aiden, I'm beating you when we get home. I'd be like, okay.
Okay.
Sorry.
Look, my 4th grade teacher, alright? I was in 4th grade. Her daughter was in there. And she just, during the test, she just screams out, Mama! Just screams out, Mama! During the middle of the test. That's it. Screams out, Mama! In the middle, while we're taking actual,
God, no.
state testing.
State testing was always the scariest shit. Because,
I was late to one before.
That's
I
bad.
got there, but they had to pull me out, bring me to a different place. I took tests by myself, alone in the room. Woman literally had to read it to me. It's like, I can read. Let me read.
They must have thought that you were some sort of.
I wasn't. I just
read
showed up
aloud
late.
Kid.
I think they just had to put you somewhere else that started later. And,
She tried to read the questions.
She was under the assumption that you were that kind of student at the time. Like, you just didn't have to read.
No, because that was the first time I ever went off on the teacher.
I remember during leap testing, 3rd, 4th grade, me and this one girl in my grade, we were just we hated each other, right? And she would look back at me, or whatever, and I would be mocking her with my lips, and she would go to the teacher. He's talking to me. I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not actually talking. I was that kid.
No, I'm not. You are.
I was that kid. I think I was also I know you are, but what am I, kid?
Oh. Dude, I was that kid, though.
Standardized testing stopped getting stressful when I got to 8th grade and pulled an all-nighter before my social studies test. God. I remember I pulled an all-nighter for some reason. I don't remember the exact reason. But I get in... I got to school, and my mom was like, "You good?" And I was like, "No."
I don't feel like it today.
I slammed the car door and just go, try to get rest. By slamming my head down on the concrete table that we used to have and try to pass out.
I love those concrete
Those
tables.
concrete tables were comfy.
Yeah.
Unnecessarily.
Dude,
And,
I could sleep on those.
The best thing about the concrete was it was cold when you sat down, but as you sat down, it would eventually warm up to the point where you didn't want to leave.
But then all I remember doing after that was going in to take the test and just being like,
Why should I care?
this doesn't really matter. This is stupid.
That's when school broke you.
And then I was like, alright, I'm done. Literally 30 minutes in. I only took 30 minutes to take the test, and the only reason why it took me 30 minutes is I went through the social studies,
But social studies is really easy.
the clicking portion, the multiple choice. I went through that in about 5, and the only reason why it took me 25 other minutes is because I couldn't type. I couldn't type in 8th
What did you
grade.
get for it? Did you get a basic or?
Oh, I got a straight basic, and I was fine with it. I was like,
Yeah.
it's passing. It's passing.
I remember whenever we were in 8th
Slept
grade,
for the
right?
rest of
Yeah.
the 80 minutes.
Well,
that we had.
when we were in 8th grade, we took the state test. I remember during the social studies part, there were 30 questions, including a constructive response.
That wasn't hard.
Which was literally, what was it? A research simulation test, which I dominated in. It's one of my strongest types of writing I can do.
Yeah.
That's research simulation, because I know what I'm going to do. Because you need the evidence that backs up your claim.
It's straightforward.
Yeah, straightforward to the point. It doesn't matter how long it is.
God, I wish we had tests like that again.
Dude, but the thing is, if it's a narrative, I'm gonna struggle. I'm
What
gonna die.
Narratives were the worst.
No, because it was the worst. Because I cannot think of nothing. I do not have a creative brain.
I have the creative brain somewhat, but it would end up going like overboard. I feel.
Yeah, pretty much.
I have a creative brain.
I remember for a narrative, I literally narrative for the English portion. I literally made the character die. He died by hanging.
God,
Oh,
that's.
You want to know something? You know what I was I got a advanced on it too.
I'm not sure if this is the same in other states, but
That was my first advanced.
the way that it goes advanced, mastery, basic,
approach, basic,
approach-
unsat,
unsatisfactory.
unsatisfactory.
Basically, it's judging how well you know the material of that year to see how well you can progress for the next year, and what classes you'll be in, and scheduling, and all that bureaucratic shit.
what's interesting is that basic means that you knew 100% of the material.
You used 100% of the material, but you just didn't.
You
just
didn't
had
apply
breakthroughs.
it.
You didn't go above and beyond.
You didn't apply it.
Dude, that
The
English.
grading scale is so weird because basic means you know like 100% of it, and then like unsat, which is like 2 levels down, means that you know like 10, 0.
I'm pretty sure like unsat was like maybe like 50% or something.
No,
Like you have enough to know what you're doing. You have an idea.
no. Unsat's like in the range from like, because I'd say approaching basics like 50. Because
Oh, yeah.
you know what
Unsat, you're like
Unsat, you basically did not know what you were doing on that test.
Yeah.
you're just stupid.
What
You
would
need
that?
to learn
What would
material.
mastery be?
Mastery is like 150%. Like you knew.
You could explain what you were doing.
You can
You
explain
knew-
it, but not well enough. 200% you could teach the class.
No, mastery.
Like advances you can teach the class. What you
Mastery. You should straight up. You know the material. You applied it to a certain extent. Advanced, you
You
knew
can
the
just-
material and you just applied everything
I don't
that
understand.
there was to apply.
I don't understand why mastery was below advanced. That to me that doesn't make sense. I think they kind of wanted to do like an AA thing.
Yeah, it has to be. Like I feel like advanced would have been better. Mastery to me means like you mastered it. You have the topic. It's done.
Yeah, it's like it takes. There's an old saying. It takes you 10,000 hours to master something.
Yeah.
You only have like what, a few hundred hours.
And we're back
Yeah, sorry we had to take a phone call. It's alright.
with our mic.
Yeah.
With our mic.
Our mic doubles as a communication device. What should our
Where were we? We should start wrapping things up.
yeah. I think we just finished up on like why mastery was mastery and
Yeah. Well, Torn, since you didn't talk much this episode,
Speak boy. Outro.
No, you can declare a winner. Let's do that. Let's start doing
Winner of
winners.
what?
Winner of the podcast.
You have full range to decide what that fucking means because I have no clue. Neither do I.
Well, okay, I was thinking we do it distractible style. If anyone's ever watched Distractible. Shout out to Mark Wade and Bob.
Have you guys ever seen Whose Line Is It Anyway?
Yeah, they
No.
take a lot of stuff. We're not going to get into that whole can of worms right now.
We're not opening that can
Basically,
yet.
the points don't matter. I decide a winner because I said so.
No. Okay, you can assign points to who you believed was good. Who brought good story to the table.
Yeah, Torn, you better do this correctly. I
He is
swear to
holding up.
God.
He's
Just
holding up.
really just summarize, wrap up the whole podcast. And
I'm holding you at toy sword point.
Number 1, I'm surprised Gavin isn't dead.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, honestly.
I'm surprised too.
Alright. So who do you declare the winner?
It's very close between you two.
Say which two you're talking
and
about.
Aiden?
Yeah, you two.
You have to say they
Yeah,
can't
it-
see.
It is very close between Gavin and Aiden.
You want to fight this out?
Do not use my
Yes.
No.
Who is your winner today, Tor?
Winner. Aiden.
Yeah, Aiden. Skinny
Right
boy
here,
with a
we'll
flat
probably
butt.
right here, we're probably adding a bunch of crowd cheering.
He's
Like-
got a dumpy.
We love you. Yay, time my
I think I won. I think I won Torn over with the whole
kindergarten cheat code ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rips magazine right in front of
That's something
child.
I would do.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, what got me about that story is literally, this could help us. We're doing it the correct way. Stop it.
Those kids were dedicated.
Dedicated, hard-earned savages.
It was so fun.
Dude, these children these days, I swear to God.
Alright, guys, that concludes our podcast number 2 for the Unstable Podcast, titled Childhood Stories. And this has been, well, you guys know our names now. Hayden.
Yeah.
Bo.
Torn.
This has been the 4 of us. You can find us at Lamias the Hunter, Relative,
Simmer, Uwu.
Simmer, Umu, whatever the fuck. that means.
We'll put it in
Whatever that means.
on YouTube. We'll have this in the description.
In the description?
If you're on Spotify, there's probably going to be an about thing
Yeah,
somewhere
we'll have
on
it
the
somewhere.
wherever we actually post
You can, if you like this and you'd like to see our faces, we do vlogs every now and then.
Every now and then.
We are doing our first
Sure.
one recently.
Yeah, and then we also have a Twitch called Yeast Gaming, which will also be in the description. It's arbitrary when we go live, never really matters. Happens, it happens.
So turn on notifications
Turn
if you
on
want to be in the
notifications
know.
if you want to
Hit
be
that
there.
bell icon. Press subscribe and hit the like button.
On Twitch, you don't have to subscribe, but it'd be very nice.
It'd be very nice so we can actually get paid.
I don't think we're allowed to be subscribed yet.
Alright,
Really?